Okay, I have another book review here. For regular viewers, you'll know May is supposed to be my history month. This is not history, not by a long shot. So I'm kind of getting sidetracked by some very good books in my library and not actually getting through my history books, which is a bit of a pain and disappointing, but I'm ploughing on. I'm being a good girl now and actually reading books that I'm supposed to be reading, maybe. So yeah, this is the Sisters Grimm, Book 1, Fairy Tale Detectives by Michael Buckley. I had never heard of this before, and we ended up going to our main library in town, and they have quite a good selection of kids books in there, and I was browsing the shelves like you do. I was looking for my youngest to see if there was any books in there he would like, and I came across 2 or 3 of this series. And I thought, oh, that looks interesting. Sisters Grimm, obviously a reference to the Brothers Grimm. Fairy tales, therefore, and a bit of adventure. It looked fun. So I found book 1 in the series, which is obviously where it starts. I like the look of the books. They're sort of slightly off normal size. They're squarer. I'm sure they would be lovely in hardback. I think they would really work really well because they've got that kind of otherworldliness to them. That Disney books at the beginning of the films kind of look to them, which is quite nice. And this follows 2 sisters called Sabrina and Daphne. And boy, was that hard to cope with, reading my own name as a character in a book. It's never happened to me before, and yeah, that was really, really hard. And they are orphaned after their parents disappear mysteriously. And they are finally reunited with long lost family, which of course they don't know anything about. They have no idea they have family. Turns out they have a granny, and she is a Grimm. And this meeting starts the journey that the 2 sisters go on to discover their family's legacy and what they will become responsible for in the future. And it's a very good introduction story. We have one sibling who laps it all up and just goes for it, obviously the youngest. And the eldest, Sabrina, is very suspicious. She's been looking after her sister for 1.5 years now on her own. They've gone from one foster home to another who just don't care about them. And so she's very, very suspicious for quite a long time in this book, until she actually encounters something that makes her believe that the woman who says she's their grandmother is actually their grandmother. I thought the research into the fairy tales was really, really good. The fact that most of these guys have a real world alternative, a la Once Upon a Time. Obviously this is before Once Upon a Time, so as far as I'm aware, fairly original. And they're very good. I did like the alter egos of the 3 little pigs. I won't spoil that one for you, but that was very, very funny. And there's quite a big twist about a third way from the end, which you possibly should see coming, but I have to admit I wasn't really paying that much attention. I was just enjoying the story. So when it did happen, it's like, oh yeah, of course, that was obvious. I liked the way fairy tales and stories are all mixed together into the mythology, and that this whole town does actually have history. Some of the reasons for why fairy tale characters aren't getting any older or aren't the age they are in their stories. And that not all fairy tale creatures are as we expect them to be based on their stories. You know, these guys are real people in this world, and real people never generally live up to their expectations. Yeah, so it's the first in the series. I will try and get my hands on the second one, which this one will follow on to. The way it finishes, it's definitely, there is more to come in here. There's obviously the mystery of their parents. The sisters want to solve that. There's also learning more about the town. There's an ongoing plot that is introduced in this story, which obviously will have to be resolved at some point. And yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to reading more of these sisters now that things have settled down, and we've got past the whole suspicion aspect of it, which I think is the only gripe, that actually she went on disapproving and not believing her grandmother for quite a long time than perhaps was necessary. But there we go. Yeah, Sisters Grimm. Have you read them? What did you think? I would say, if you like Grimm, the TV series, but more for Famous 5 reading and audience, then you'll like this. I think it's very accessible to quite a lot of people. I think if you're interested in fairy tales, this is another little twist of fairy tales in our world. So if you're a fan of Once Upon a Time, but want something a little bit more kid friendly, this is probably for you. So thank you very much for watching my review. Happy reading. Bye.